Let's just start our discussion. Jitendra,
Yes, I can hear you.
okay, let's just start our discussion now. Okay.
Okay.
So today we will focus on the topic discussion.
Mm-hmm.
So wait. So our focus is on Palo Alto Firewall, right? How to work with the Palo Alto Firewall box and see the target audience to start this training is security engineer, security administrator, security operations specialist, or network engineer. So they can start this firewall training, this Palo Alto firewall training. And what is the requirement to start this firewall training? So you need to have the idea about the basic routing and switching concept, like what is basic routing, what is switching concept, what is IP address. Okay, you need to know the basic concept about routing and switching. Clear my point?
Right.
Now, if you have a basic idea about security technologies like what is IPS, what is proxy, what is content filtering, so that's good. If you don't know, so no problem, I will tell you, okay? No problem. This is our topic. Mustafa, dear, can you hear me? Good morning.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, dear. Okay, so in our complete Palo Alto firewall training, we have 16 modules. Guys, you can see we have 16 modules. This complete training will take minimum 28 hours. 28 hours to 30 hours. What I can provide you from my side, I can provide you slides, notes, lab setup software, where you guys can do all the labs, all the practicals. So let's just start our discussion, topic discussion, you can say, okay? Topic discussion. Jatinder, Mustafa?
Yes.
Okay. So the first topic is called what? Next generation security platform and architecture. So, you know, guys, in market, we have multiple vendors for next generation firewall features. Let me show you. If you go with the Gartner report, so guys, you can see these are the vendors. These are the vendors for next generation firewall. See, Palo Alto, Fortinet, Checkpoint, Cisco, Huawei, Juniper, okay, WatchGuard, Sophos, multiple vendors. And as per Gartner report, Gartner divided all the vendors, all the next generation firewall vendors into the 4 categories. The first one is called leader in the market, challenger we have, nice player, visionaries.
Okay.
Our focus is on leader, right? So Palo Alto, Fortinet, Checkpoint, these are the leader in the market. Yes, Jatinder, any question?
I'm surprised why Cisco is not in the leader in this.
Cisco, why? Because of FTD.
Okay.
Because of FTD. Okay, it's firepower threat defense, because you know the cost is very high for FTD.
Okay.
Okay, in single FTD cost, you can get 248 firewall box with same feature.
Okay.
That is the reason Cisco is not a leader. Yes, but he's a challenger. Okay, he's a challenger.
Okay.
So our focus right now, our focus is on Palo Alto for Palo Alto firewall box, and Palo Alto is a leader in the market. Palo Alto, Fortinet, and Checkpoint. So let's start our discussion on Palo Alto firewall box. So the first topic is called next generation security platform and architecture. So like other vendor, guys, like other vendors, see, we all are familiar with the router and switches, right? We all know the series of router. We all know the series of switches. That's the same. Like if I'm working with any firewall box, so I need to know the product family. I need to know the series. Which series is good for my organization? For example, I'm working in a small network. Hello, Veer. Good morning, dear. Can you hear me? Good morning, dear. Can you hear
Hello,
me?
good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes. Yes, I am
Just
here.
started, okay? Just started. And right now I'm talking about topic discussion. Okay. Please turn off your mic, everyone. If you have any question, you can unmute.
Okay.
Veer, Jatinder, okay. Please turn off your mic. If you have any question, you can unmute, no problem. So what we can discuss, the first we can focus on product family, because we need to know, because see guys, if I'm working in a small network, if I'm working with 50 computers, 100 computers, so which series of the firewall box is good for me? Okay, because we have multiple series in Palo Alto. So product family we can discuss, and we can focus on next generation security architecture. See, Palo Alto is using SP3 architecture to forward the traffic. What is SP3? It's called single path parallel processing. So this technique is developed by Palo Alto, but now every vendor using this concept. It's called SP3 architecture. So what is SP3 architecture? What is control plane in Palo Alto? What is data plane in Palo Alto? What is the default configuration? We can discuss these options in next generation security platform and architecture. After that, we can go on to the deployment method. Like I want to deploy my Palo Alto box in AWS scenario, okay, in VMware scenario. So how you can deploy your firewall box, virtual deployment and cloud deployment. After that, we can go on to the initial configuration, or you can say day one on Palo Alto firewall. Day one. In initial configuration, I will tell you how to access your Palo Alto firewall box through console, through management, and how to access, how to manage your Palo Alto box through CLI. After that, yes, we can go on to the graphical page, because you know, guys, to configure your complete firewall, not only Palo Alto, Fortinet, Checkpoint, Cisco AS, Cisco FTD, Cisco ASA, you guys can manage through graphical. 95% configuration we can do with the graphical page. CLI is not required. But yes, I will tell you some CLI options also. Okay, but this is the option. What we can do, we can go with the CLI configuration. We can go with the graphical page. So in initial configuration, you can focus on how to take backup, how to upgrade operating system, how to install license, how to create multiple firewall administrator. Maybe in my organization, to manage my Palo Alto firewall box, we have 2 administrator or 3 administrator, for example. So how to create multiple administrator, and I want to define different level of access for each administrator. So this is the part of initial configuration: backup, restore, upgrade. Okay, these are the options. After initial configuration, you can, and see, we can also discuss how to download signature update. How to download, because see guys, Palo Alto is a next generation firewall. And if you want to utilize next generation firewall features, so you need to download latest signature update. So how to download signature update? Yes, we will discuss in initial configuration. After that, we can go on to the interface configuration, and like other firewall box, we can configure physical interfaces. We can configure logical interfaces. What is logical interface, everyone? Like tunnel interface, right? Tunnel interface or loop back interface, right? These are the options. Loop back sub interfaces, you can say sub interfaces, how to create sub interfaces. So logical interfaces we can create, like other vendor, we can create logical interface. But in physical interface configuration, we can focus on Palo Alto interface type. We can focus on interface type, because in Palo Alto we have multiple interface type. For example, L3 interface, L2 interface, tab interface. In Palo Alto, you can say tab interface. In Fortinet, you can say one arm sniffer interface. So tab interface, then we can focus on virtual wire interface, then HA interface. It's called high availability interface. So in interface configuration option, we need to know each interface type. What is L3, where we can use? What is L2 interface, where we can use? What is the use of tap interface. In this scenario, we can use our interface as a tap interface. Or what is the concept of virtual wire interface? So interface configuration is a big topic. It means only this topic will take minimum 3 to 4 hours. Only this module number 4. Okay, see guys, if you verify here, everyone, if you verify, you can see guys, after module number 4, we have module number 5, and it's related with security policy and net policy. There is no any routing concept. Jatinder, Mustafa, Veer, right, everyone?
Yes.
We don't have any routing concept. Why? See, guys, we can configure routing, no problem, because it's a firewall, it's an L3 device. So we can configure routing. It's required. See, for example, if I'm working in a small network, I have a single firewall box, and I want to connect my firewall box with internet in case. So yes, I need to configure default routing or static routing or any dynamic routing option I need to use. But it's a firewall. So our focus is on firewall feature, to utilize firewall feature. But yes, in interface configuration, we can also discuss one more concept. After physical and logical interface configuration, we can focus on routing. I'm not telling you what is static routing, default routing, what is dynamic RIP, EIGRP, OSP. No, it's not our task. Here I'm telling you how to configure it. So you can learn how to configure static routing, how to configure default routing, how to configure dynamic routing. Dynamic routing, for example, what we have in dynamic routing, for example, you have RIP, right? RIP protocol, EIGRP, OSPF. But this is not our task, okay? I will give you the option. I will give you the idea how to configure for connectivity. Clear, Mustafa?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So after interface configuration, we will get an idea about how to configure physical interfaces, how to configure logical interfaces, how to configure routing option. We can get an idea. After that, we can go on to the module number 5, and it's related with 2 topics. In module number 5, you can focus on 2 concepts. You can focus on 2 concepts. It's called security policy, and second is called NAT policy. So we have 2 topics here in module number 5. What is security policy? See, in Palo Alto Firewall box, you can say security policy. In Fortinet, you can say firewall policy. In Checkpoint Firewall box, you can say access control policy. In Cisco FTD, you can say access policy. In Cisco ASA Firewall box, you can say ACL concept. ACL. So it's the same. To allow our traffic. See, guys, wait. Right now, we are working with Palo Alto, right? So Palo Alto, see, remember always, Palo Alto, Checkpoint Firewall box, and Cisco FTD. These are what? These are JBF firewall box. These are called JBF. It's called zone-based firewall. What is zone-based firewall box? I will tell you. Okay, I will tell you later. We will discuss in our security policy configuration. But right now, I'm giving you the basic idea. In case if you guys are working with any zone-based firewall, so the concept is, if you want to allow traffic from one zone to another zone, for example, this is your Palo Alto, this side is your LAN zone, this side is, it's called your WAN zone. So if you want to allow traffic from one zone to another zone, you need to configure security policy. Fortinet is not a zone-based firewall. Cisco ASA, it's not a zone-based firewall. Okay. Palo Alto, Checkpoint, Cisco FTD, they all are working with JBF concept. It's called zone-based firewall. So if you want to allow traffic from one zone to another zone, from LAN to WAN, or from WAN to LAN, or from WAN to DMZ, you need to configure security policy. So how to create security policy rule in case if I'm working in a big network, I want to create 500 policies rule, how to work with these policies, how to arrange, how to delete, how to edit. Yes, we will discuss security policy concept. Okay, but security policy concept, it's only you can use to allow your traffic from one zone to another zone. But see guys, if traffic is traveling from private network to public network, we need one more concept here. It's called NAT, right? We need translation. Yes or no? Veer,
Yes.
Mustafa, if traffic is traveling from private network to public network, what we require translation method. We
Right.
need to translate our IP address. So here in module number 5, we can focus on NAT policy for translation. And in that, see guys, we are familiar with, if you guys remember Ccnse classes, Ccnse concept, so we all are familiar with static NAT, right? Dynamic NAT concept, and what PAT?
That.
PAT. But in firewall, we will discuss two type of NAT. The first one is called SNAT. It's called source NAT. And second is called DNAT concept. It's called destination NAT. So here we will focus on source NAT concept, destination NAT concept. So what is the scenario where we can use source NAT concept, where we can configure source NAT, and what is the scenario to use DNAT concept? We have a topic. I will tell you with theoretical, with practical implementation. I will tell you. See, in source NAT, you can discuss static NAT option, dynamic NAT, and PAT. So remember always these are called source NAT. So static, dynamic, PAT configuration. These are what? These are the source NAT example. What is destination NAT? I will tell you in class. But right now I'm giving you the basic idea. In NAT, we can focus on two type of NAT option, source NAT and destination NAT. Okay, so to allow our traffic from one zone to another zone, yes, we have a security policy. To translate our private IP address into public IP, yes, we have a NAT policy. So with this after module number 5, you will get an idea how to allow traffic through Palo Alto Firewall. Now, so as per your security policy, see, here we have a firewall. Here we have a firewall, and as per your security policy, traffic is traveling. For example, this is inside machine, and he's trying to go out to the outside. He's trying to access the server. So as per your security policy, you have a security policy rule, and as per your security policy rule, traffic is traveling from LAN to WAN. Traffic is traveling LAN to WAN. So this inside machine, he is trying, let's take example, this inside machine, he is trying to download a file from this outside server. He's trying to download a file. And maybe this file is infected with some malicious code. Maybe. As per your security policy, your firewall will check what? As per your security policy, your firewall will check source IP, destination IP, source zone, destination zone, then allow traffic. Traffic is traveling. But maybe this inside machine, he's trying to download within a session, he's trying to download malicious information. Malicious information. Then your security policy cannot block this connection, cannot block this malicious information. No. What you need to do, you need to discuss content ID. You need to create security profiles here. You need to create security profiles. So here we can discuss next generation firewall feature. Next generation firewall feature. What we can do, we can create security profile, and these profiles we can attach with our security policy. For example, right now, as per this discussion, I need to create antivirus profile. We can create multiple profiles here. Okay, what are these? I will tell you in detail. Okay, but right now I'm giving you the basic idea. We can create antivirus profile. We can create anti-spyware profile. We can create vulnerability protection, then file blocking, then URL filtering, profiles. So these are what security profiles. Right now, I'm trying to create antivirus profile and I can attach with our security policy. As per your antivirus profile, now your firewall can detect within a session, your firewall can detect malicious information. Behalf of antivirus signature database, your firewall can detect viruses and can take action. Clear my point, Jatinder, Mustafa, Veer?
Yeah.
See guys, we have a dedicated session for each security profile option. See, we have a dedicated session for each security profile. So module number 7 and module number 8, these topics are related with security profile. We can create security profiles. These are next generation firewall features. We can create and we can attach with security policy. Now, Palo Alto is a next generation firewall box. So yes, this firewall can detect applications. For example, in your organization, you want to block Facebook application. You want to block Facebook chat, for example. You want to block LinkedIn application. You want to block all gaming category application. Yes, you can do. You can do this with app ID concept. So in Palo Alto, we have a concept is called application identification. You can say app ID. In Fortinet, you can say application control. Okay, here you can say application identification. So your firewall can detect application and can take an action as per your configuration. So you want to monitor, you want to block, you want to allow, it's up to you. So through app ID, firewall can detect application, can take an action. With security profiles option, your firewall can detect malicious information, malware, spyware, okay, Trojan attack. So these module number 7 and 8, these topics are related with security profiles. Now, after that, we can go on to the decryption. Why decryption is required? Why decryption is required in Palo Alto? See, I told you, we have a Palo Alto box, and as per your security policy, traffic is traveling, no problem. As per your security policy, traffic is traveling. This inside machine can communicate to outside. And yes, one more option. I'm using antivirus profile this time because we know now as per content ID, as per security profile. See, and we can create antivirus profile, and this antivirus profile can detect viruses. So, for example, this inside machine is trying to download virus information. He's trying to download malicious information. So your antivirus profile can detect and can take an action. But here we have some drawback. Here we have some drawback in antivirus profile. If this complete connection is HTTP, then yes, your antivirus profile can detect and can take action. But if this connection is Jatinder, HTTP, Veer, Mustafa, clear my point, everyone?
Right.
Yes.
But the point is what? See, in case if this connection is not HTTP, if this connection is HTTPS, then this complete traffic is encrypted. This complete traffic is encrypted, and your antivirus profile, you have up-to-date signature. You have up-to-date antivirus signature, but your antivirus profile cannot detect because this complete connection is HTTPS. So remember always, if inside machine is trying to download malicious information through HTTPS connection, your antivirus profile cannot detect. That is the issue. That is the problem. Mustafa, clear?
Yes.
So in that case, what we can do, we can create a decryption policy. The good thing with the Palo Alto is what we can create decryption policy like security policy, NAT policy. We can create decryption policy. So Palo Alto can decrypt HTTPS connection, guys. It's a great feature. The Palo Alto Firewall can decrypt HTTPS connection. What you can do, you can decrypt, you can create a decryption policy. As per decryption policy, your Palo Alto Firewall box can decrypt HTTPS connection, then it will look like normal HTTP. And once it will look like normal HTTP, then yes, your antivirus profile can detect and now can take action. So that is the great feature. What is decryption
So
policy?
this is not available in Fortinet and FTT, sir.
No, in Fortinet we have Mustafa. It's called deep inspection. If you remember your Fortinet classes, in firewall policy, there is a concept. When you add your security profile, Mustafa, there is an option, deep inspection.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, everyone, clear my point? Jatinder?
Yes.
So with decryption policy, we can decrypt Palo Alto firewalls can decrypt HTTPS connection. So yes, we can focus on decryption policy. After that, wildfire. In Palo Alto, you can say wildfire concept. In other vendor, for example, in Fortinet, you can say sandboxing technology. So what is wildfire? See guys. See, for example, I told you, as per our antivirus signature, our antivirus profile can detect malicious information within a session and can take a action. Perfect, no problem. But in case if this attack, for example, this inside machine is trying to download malicious information, and the file is infected with malicious code, and this is a new attack, it's a latest attack, and you don't have signature in your Palo Alto box, you don't have signatures about this attack, for example, it's a latest attack, it's a brand new attack, then your antivirus profile cannot detect, and this inside machine is infected. In this scenario, this is called 0-day attack. This is called what? 0-day attack. When you don't have signatures about the attack, maybe it's a latest attack. So this is called what? 0-day attack. So to prevent 0-day attack, we can use a technology, we can discuss wildfire concept. Into this training, we can focus on the concept only. Wildfire is a separate device. If you go and check on Palo Alto website, it's a dedicated box, everyone. But here I will tell you the concept. Yes?
But I have seen this wildfire license in the Palo Alto.
Exactly. But see, license you can use to send your file to wildfire cloud only, Jatinder.
Okay. I mean if we need the information for any latest the vulnerability, in that this wildfire license can help us, right?
See, wildfire license is required when you want to send your copy of the packet. For example, you can connect your Palo Alto with cloud, with wildfire public cloud. So to create a connection, what you need? You need wildfire license, Jatinder.
Okay.
But see, we have two options, Jatinder. Either you can go with the public wildfire cloud or you can go with the private wildfire cloud. Private wildfire cloud is what? It's a device, it's a product. Okay, so no need to go with the public cloud connection, or not required. In case if you want to use a wildfire product, so you can purchase, you can deploy in your network. Jatinder.
Okay.
Clear now?
Yes.
Now, so we can focus on what is wildfire concept, how it's work, what is the operation, what is the method. We can discuss two scenarios, okay, in wildfire. Now, user ID concept. What is user ID? See guys, as per our security policy, this inside machine is traveling to outside. So I have a security policy rule, and in my security policy rule, my source zone is LAN, destination zone is WAN, and source IP address, for example, 200.0/24. Destination is area. So I have some information in my security policy, and now traffic is permit. Traffic is permit. Traffic is traveling. And this policy name is called Rule 1, for example. This is security policy rule name. So as per this rule 1, traffic is traveling. But now, if I want to verify log message, if I go and check my log or traffic information, if someone will hit onto this rule, so in log, I can get only IP address information. You can see as per your policy, what you want to check your source zone, your destination zone. It means LAN or WAN, source IP, destination IP, and now traffic is traveling. So in logs message, what you can get only IP address information. Source IP you can say, destination IP you can say only. But you don't have full visibility. You don't have full visibility. For example, maybe onto this machine, there are multiple users. There are multiple users working onto this PC, maybe 2 or 3 users. So you don't know which user is trying to access malicious file, which user is trying to click onto this malicious URL or malicious link. You don't know. You have only IP address information. So you don't have full visibility. That is the issue. In that case, we can go with the user ID concept. What we can do, we go with the user ID concept. We can add user account information with our security policy rule. So if inside machine is trying to access, your firewall will check user information with IP address. It will check user information also. So for user ID, there is a 2 option. Either you can create user account in local database, or you can go with the remote authentication server. So we have multiple remote authentication servers like Radius, or you can go with the TechX, or you can go with the LDAP. So we have multiple remote authentication server where you can create user account. So my point is what we can attach our user account information with our firewall policy for full visibility. So with IP address, now I have user account information. So now we have a session to discuss user ID concept in detail. Now chapter number 12 and 13, these 2 topics are related with VPN concept. Virtual private network. So here first I will tell you what is the VPN, why we are using, and what is the feature to use VPN concept. What is the feature? What is phase 1? What is phase 2? What is ESP protocol? What is AH? What is encryption, hashing, authentication, pre-share method? We'll discuss everything. So first we can focus on the basic idea about the VPN. After that, if you talk about implementation, so we have 2 types of VPN to discuss. First, we can talk about IPsec VPN. IPsec VPN we are using for site to site VPN connectivity. For example, if you have multiple branch office A, branch office B, branch office C, and if you want to connect these branch office with each other in a secure manner, like branch to branch connectivity over this public network, over this untrusted network, if you want to create a secure connection, so yes, you can go with the IPsec site to site VPN. So for site to site, you can go with the IPsec. But we have another kind of VPN. It's called remote access VPN. What is remote access VPN? In remote access VPN, this home user, you can say, or this remote user, This remote user, this home user, he has a simple Wi-Fi modem at his home, or you can say he has a simple internet connectivity. And this outside machine, he is trying to access company private resources. For example, here we have in our DMZ network, we have web server or DNS server or FTP server or SMTP server. This outside machine, he is trying to access company private resources over this public network, over this untrusted network. So he need to establish a connection first with his mobile phone, laptop, desktop, tablet. He need to create a connection first. And this connection is called remote access VPN connection. And once this connection will establish, then yes, he is allowed. He can access company private resources over this public network. And the complete traffic is encrypted in between his laptop and this VPN gateway device. This complete traffic is encrypted, is secure. So to configure side to side, we have IPsec, but to configure remote access, either you can go with the IPsec option or you can go with the SSL VPN. So you have two options for remote access VPN configuration. Either you can go with the IPsec or you can go with the SSL VPN option. We'll discuss both, no problem. We'll discuss both IPsec side to side and IPsec for remote access configuration. And for remote access, yes, we have two options, SSL and IPsec. Only this chapter number 12 and 13. Only these two topics will take minimum 5 to 6 hours. Only these two topics. 5 to 6 hours. Only chapter number 12 and 13. After that, we can go on to the monitoring. Why monitoring is required? Monitoring is required. See, once you configure everything is working fine. For example, you have a security policy to allow your traffic. You have a NAT policy to translate your private network into public. You have a routing configuration, for example. You have security profiles. Everything is working fine. VPN, side-to-side VPN tunnel is up. Now you want to monitor your traffic. If someone will hit on your policy, I want to verify. If someone will hit on my antivirus profile, I want to verify. If someone will hit on decryption policy, I want to verify. So here you can go with the monitoring and reporting. So if traffic is traveling through the firewall box or trying to hit onto the firewall box, this activity is recorded. Okay, and this activity will be stored into the log message. And this log message you can store, either you can store in a local database or you can store on a remote logging server. So here we can talk about logs. We can talk about logs. We can talk about traffic information, threat information. So here we are not configuring. In monitoring and reporting, we are not configuring anything. Here we are only verifying, trying to verify the information. If someone will hit on your URL filtering profile, if someone will hit on your antivirus profile, you can see the log message here. And I will tell you the two options. In case if you want to store your log in local database, for example. Local database means what? I want to store all my logs in Palo Alto Firewall. But in case if you want to send all your logs on a remote logging server like syslog server or SNMP, so yes, I can tell you. I will show you with practical how to send your logs on syslog server. I will show you. So monitoring and reporting, in monitoring and reporting, we are not configuring anything. We are trying to verify only the information. Jatinder, clear? Mustafa, Veer?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, chapter number 15 it's related with high availability, or you can say failover concept. What is high availability or failover? See, for example, I'm working with this Palo Alto firewall. This firewall is connected with LAN side, WAN side. Everything is working fine into this topology. For example, here we have IP address on fast Ethernet 0/0 on 0/1. IP address, for example, 192.168.10.1. On WAN side, I'm using 23.1. So everything is working fine into this topology. You have a routing configuration here, policy here, NAT, okay, VPN, everything is working fine. You can see traffic is traveling. Traffic is traveling. But into this topology, you are working with single firewall device. You are working with single firewall device. In case if this box down, then you will lost your connectivity. Your LAN user, they cannot go onto the internet site, right? Jitendra, first of all.
Right.
So that's why what we can do, we can add one more firewall here. We can add one more firewall. This is firewall box 2, this is firewall box 1. And if you add one more firewall box, so you need to change your topology. This is your switch number 2, this is your switch number 1. Right now, I'm giving you the basic idea. This is not a topic discussion, okay? So you can connect your ISP connection and LAN connection. So second firewall box I'm using for high availability. You can see here in our trading, we can focus on active, passive, high availability, but no problem. If you want to configure active, I will give you the idea. No problem. It's not a big deal. So what is active, passive? It's a mode, everyone. If you talk about high availability, HA concept. So we have two modes. Either you can go with the active, passive, high availability, or you can go with the active, high availability. These are what mode. Okay, one more thing. In between firewall box 1 and firewall box 2, we are using a link is called HA link. It's called high availability link. In case if you are working with Palo Alto, so you require two link. It's called HA1 and HA2. It's called control link. This is called data link. What is control link? What is data link? I will tell you in detail. But right now I'm giving you the basic idea. So we need two link. In case if you guys are working with Palo Alto, you require two link, HA1, HA2. In case if you are working with Fortinet or Cisco firewall box, you require single failover link. But here at Palo Alto, you require two separate links. It's called HA1, HA2. HA1 is called control link, HA2 is called data link. So second firewall box I'm using for backup. So if you talk about active passive mode, one firewall box is acting as an active box and the second firewall box is acting as a passive. Passive means what? It's a backup. Jitendra, Veer, Mustafa, passive means what? It's a backup firewall box.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So in active passive mode, all the traffic is traveling via this active firewall box. It's called forwarded firewall box. All the traffic is traveling via active box. In case if active box down, then this passive box will become active. And now automatically traffic is traveling via this side. This is called what? Active passive high availability. In active passive high availability, you can utilize only one firewall box into your configuration, into your high availability. Only one firewall box at a time. It means this device is acting as active, this device is acting as a passive.
So question is, if there is any specific traffic which I want to move via passive device, so is there any possibility in the Palo Alto?
No, you need to go with the active.
Okay.
This is a copy, Jitendra, okay? It's a complete in active passive, it's a complete copy of this firewall box.
Okay, got it.
If you are configuring IP address here, same IP address is available, 192.168.10.1. And same IP address is available here on WAN interface, 10.1.23. But this box you cannot utilize because this box mode is what? Passive. It's a complete firewall box 1, Jitendra.
Yes, but actually why I have raised this question, because there is another one cable connected between both the Palo Alto, like data link cable.
Okay, these are only for high availability information exchange. This is only for high availability information. Okay, this is the link. For example, control link for hello packet and data link for data traffic information. For example, if traffic is
Just
traveling,
okay.
if traffic is traveling through the firewall box, then firewall is what? Firewall is Palo Alto is a stateful firewall device. If traffic is traveling, then firewall will maintain the state of connection, and this state of connection information you can send via this HA2 link. Clear?
Okay.
Through control link, your firewall box one is sending only hello packet information, HA status information.
Actually, I was confused in the DL link, so that's why
Sorry?
I'm saying I was confused with the DL link. So I thought that the DL link belongs to the traffic passing.
No, it's not a traffic.
Okay, got it.
Through data link, firewall box one will send IP security, association information, ARP table information, okay, connection table information. I will tell you, okay, in configuration.
Okay, okay, okay.
But is that clear, the concept? In active
Yeah,
passive,
yeah,
you can
right.
only utilize one firewall box, Jatinder.
Yes, yes.
Okay. In case, if you want to utilize both the firewall box, guys, for example, if you want to utilize both the firewall box in the cluster, then you can go with the active. In active, you can use both the firewall box as a active box. Here we have a load balancing technique. So we can use both the device as an active. So some traffic I'm sending via firewall box one, other traffic you can send via firewall box two. So this is called active concept. Only this high availability, this concept will take minimum 2 to 3 hours. Minimum 3 to 4 hours, you can say. So this is called high availability. Now, chapter number 16, here I can share some dumb questions. You can do some practice. If you have any problem, you can discuss with me. So these are the modules. Module number 1, module number 16. Now let's start our topic, everyone. So can we take a break for 5 minutes? Mustafa, Jitendra, Veer. Let's take a
Yes.
break, everyone, 5 minute break. Then we can start at 10:25. Please turn off your mic, everyone.
Okay, okay.
Please turn off your mic. Everyone, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Jatinder, Mustafa. Let's start our topic now, everyone.
I'm back now.
Okay. So now let's start our discussion with platform and architecture. So like other vendor, we need to know the hardware module, right? Hardware model for my organization. So these are the models. These are the models are available in Palo Alto Firewall proxy. If you are working in a data center or in a big enterprise organization, so you can go with the PS7000, 5200 or 5000 series of the firewall box. In medium-sized network, yes, you can go with the PA3000 series, 800 and 500. Guys, these are some examples. Okay, if you go and check on Palo Alto website, you can get other series also. So right now in my slide, I have some examples. So PA3000, 800, 500, you can use for a medium side of the network, and for small organization, you can go with the PA200 series of the firewall box, like PA200 or PA220. Let me show you this physical device, this physical hardware. Palo Alto 200. So this is the example, everyone. This is the example for PA200 firewall box. PA200, you can see in PA200 firewall box, you can get 4 data interfaces. These are what? Data interfaces. Data interface. And you have 1 management port. So what you can do, you can connect your management PC, management laptop or desktop with this management port, and you can access this complete firewall box. You can manage this complete firewall box with this management port. Like you can manage through SSH, you can manage through telnet, you can manage through graphical page. Console, yes, like other devices, we have a console port. So for first time configuration, yes, we can use console. So you can see, guys, if I have PA200 firewall box, so I have 4 data interfaces. If you go with the PA220, PA220, so you can see, guys, we have 8 data interfaces. 8 data interfaces. 1 port is dedicated for management and 1 port is dedicated for console. So you can, like this, you can search other series. So what we have these firewall box. PA200 we can use for a small organization. PA3000, 800, 500 we can use for a medium size of network. And for data center or for large deployment, we can go with the PA5000 or 7000 series. See, these are some example, everyone. If you want to know about product information, if you want to know about other firewall series, so you can go to the paloaltonetworks.com/product/secure the network/next generation firewall. So let's talk about capabilities, for example. Capabilities, see, here we have some example. You can start your discussion with PA200, like small firewall device. In case if you have PA200, so you can get firewall throughput 100 Mbps. PA200 will provide you firewall throughput 100 Mbps, and 50 Mbps is dedicated for threat prevention technique. What is threat prevention technique? So if you remember, guys, I told you, if you remember, we can create profiles, right? We can create antivirus profile, we can create URL filtering profile. So in content ID, you can discuss what is threat prevention technique. What is threat prevention technique? But right now I'm giving you idea. You can see with this box what we have. 50 Mbps is dedicated for threat prevention technique. 64,000 session this firewall can support, and we have 4 copper gigabit port onto this PA200. If you want to go for the higher series, like for example PA500, so this will provide you 250 Mbps firewall throughput. 100 Mbps is dedicated for threat prevention technique. It supports 64,000 sessions and 8 copper gigabit port. You can go for the higher. If it's required, PA3000, PA3050, PA5020, for example, this can provide you 5 Gbps firewall throughput, 2 Gbps dedicated for threat prevention technique, and it can support approx 10 lakh sessions. 12 copper gigabit port and 8 SFP port. So these are the physical hardware. In case like other vendor, for example, in Cisco, we have Cisco ASA and ASA with a small v. So in ASA, either you can go with the physical box or you can go with the VM firewall box. It's a complete firewall, everyone. ASA with a small v, it's a complete firewall. This firewall box you can deploy in a data center in a virtualization scenario. So like other vendor, Palo Alto is giving you the option for VM firewall box. Either you can go with the physical boxes or you can go with the VM firewall box. Everyone see, this is the series for VM firewall box: PAVM 500, PAVM 1000, HV 300, 100, and PAVM 50. Jatinder, clear my point? Mustafa, Veer, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so these are the hardware. These are some examples, everyone. You can go and check on Palo Alto website. You can get some other series. You can get some complete feature information you can get. Now, we need to discuss about architecture of the Palo Alto firewall box. Architecture. We need to know the architecture now. So this is your complete firewall box. Mustafa, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, this is your complete firewall box. This is PA200, you can say. Complete Palo Alto box. And this complete Palo Alto box is divided into 2 different planes. It's called control plane and data plane. Control plane and data plane. So right now, our topic is what? We need to discuss. We are trying to focus on SP3 architecture. You can say Palo Alto SP3 architecture. What is the topic? SP3, single path parallel processing. So in SP3 architecture, we are talking about first control plane and data plane. So your complete Palo Alto firewall box is divided into 2 different planes. It's called control plane and data plane. In control plane, you will get a dedicated CPU, RAM, hard disk, dedicated. And your management port, yes, P, any question?
No.
Okay. So see, your management port is a part of control plane. Remember always, your management port is a part of control plane. So you can connect your management PC with control plane. Data plane for data traffic like LAN interface, WAN interface, DMZ interface. Okay, so what is data plane? In data plane, what we have? In data plane, we have 3 separate processors. You can say 3 separate engine in data plane. What we have? We have signature match processor, signature match processor, multi-core security processor, and networking processor. So in data plane, we have 3 separate processors. And now if traffic is going to hit onto the firewall ingress interface, for example, traffic is coming from LAN side. So if traffic is going to hit on any ingress interface, then what firewall will do? Firewall will create a copy of this packet. It will create 3 copies of this packet and then send it to each processor. Now what they will do? They will do processing. They will do parallel processing. It's not one by one task. It's not a one by one task. Like if you guys If you guys are familiar with the UTM devices, any idea about UTM? Jatinder, Mustafa, Veer?
No, sir.
No problem, no problem. See, there was devices called UTM, Unified Threat Management. So the single box you can deploy, single box for multiple solution, you can say. So companies, they were using this UTM device. The single box can provide you multiple features. For example, into this box, you have routing features. Into this box, you have firewall feature. Into this box, you have IPS technology, antivirus, other engines, for example. So no need to purchase separate boxes for different features. With UTM technology, your single box can handle multiple tasks. It means in single box, you have multiple engine. So in that case, if traffic is trying to hit on any ingress interface, so in UTM box, if traffic is going to hit on any ingress interface, so for example, this routing engine, it will do some processing. Let's take example, it will take 1 second to process your traffic. Once it will process the traffic, then it will send to the next engine, that it will send to the next engine, that it will send to the next engine, then next engine. Let's take an example, everyone. If every engine is taking 1 second to process your traffic, so it's required, total it's required 5 seconds to process your traffic, right? Clear the issue? Because it's a one-by-one process. Jatinder, Mustafa, Veer, it's a one-by-one process.
Yeah, right.
But so that was the issue. That's why Palo Alto is not using this concept. Palo Alto is using SP3 architecture. It's called single path parallel processing. It means if any traffic is going to hit onto this ingress interface, then firewall will create 3 copy of this packet, 3 copy, and it will send to the each engine, and they will process this traffic parallelly. It's not a one-by-one process. See, we have 3 engines: signature match processor, multi-core security processor, and networking processor. So they will process the traffic parallelly. It's not a one-by-one. That's why it's called parallel processing. So they are processing your traffic parallelly. So it will take only 1 second to process your traffic. Right, Mustafa? Veer, Jatinder?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Mustafa, can you hear me?
As of now, only Palo Alto giving this feature, right?
No, Jatinder. Every vendor is using now. But this architecture is developed by Palo Alto.
So I worked on
I
with the Fortinet, but that time it was not there in the Fortinet.
No, every device now using this kind of architecture. See, there are some differences, Jatinder. In every vendor, they have some different features, but they are processing your traffic parallelly. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not saying Fortinet is using same kind of architecture. No. But my point is what they are processing your traffic parallelly. Okay.
Okay.
So now let's talk about in detail. Okay, let's talk about in detail about SP3 architecture. Okay, so SP3 is called single pass parallel processing. So I told you guys, your Palo Alto firewall box, your Palo Alto is divided into 2 different planes. It's called control plane and data plane. In control plane, your management is a part of control plane. So in control plane, we have management processor. Now, in data plane, what we have? Networking processor, security processor, and content processor. Don't confuse. Content processor is called what? The signature match processor is also called content processor. So don't confuse, both are the same. So what we have, three processor in data plane: networking processor, security processor, and content processor. So let's talk about each processor task, what they can do. So networking processor is responsible for routing, flow lookup, status counting, NAT configuration, and similar functions are performed on network specific hardware. So all routing related tasks, NAT related tasks is performed by networking processor. Okay, now user ID, app ID, policy configuration. Okay, these are the part of multi-core security processor. Encryption, decryption is a part of multi-core security processor. Now content ID. So here we have a dedicated topic for content ID, chapter number 7 and chapter number 8. These two topics are related with content ID concept. Content ID. So for content ID, you can say for security profile, we have a dedicated engine is called content ID processor, or you can say signature match processor. Now, what about control plane? So in control plane, we have a dedicated management processor for management related tasks. Jatinder, clear? Mustafa, Veer, everyone?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
What is SP3 architecture? If traffic is going to hit on Palo Alto firewall box, then firewall will create a copy of the packet. It will create 3 copies of the packet and then send it to the each processor, each engine. And they will do parallel processing. They will do parallel processing. That's why this is called single path parallel processing. Now, let's talk about again control plane and data plane. Let's talk about again. So what is control plane again? Palo Alto is divided into 2 different planes. It's called control plane and data plane. Let's talk about control plane again. So control plane only for to traffic, everyone, to the firewall box. Only for to traffic used for management. In case if you are working with high availability, so for its control plane is also responsible for high availability, responsible for HA, session synchronization. I told you in between firewall box 1, firewall box 2, what you have? High availability link. So here we have control link and data link. So all session synchronization is responsible for control plane. Logging, for example, here we have a Palo Alto box, and this side we have a switch. With switch we have a management PC, and okay, let's go with the management PC right now. So we have management PC, MT PC. So logging, if someone will hit on your firewall, if any activity is happen on your firewall, so you can send your logs on remote logging server. So let's take an example. You have your remote logging server on your control plane side, where you have control plane. This is your control plane scenario, control plane. So by default, this logging is a part of control plane. So here we have a syslog server, for example, or we have SNMP server, for example. But see, it's a default concept. Maybe in your network, you have your SNMP or syslog server onto DNZ side, maybe. So I will tell you how to, in case if a logging server is a part of DMZ network, so how to configure, I will tell you. But by default, loggings are related with control plane. It's a part of control plane, but you can change this behavior. Signature update. Palo Alto is a next generation firewall. So if you want to use next generation firewall feature, so yes, you need to download latest signatures from updates.paloaltonetworks.com. So what we need, see, signature update is a part of control plane. So what we need? I need a separate ISP connection. This is Wi-Fi modem. I need a separate Wi-Fi connection for my Palo Alto. Okay, so what we have? This is management port, MGMT port. So like this PC, if this PC is trying to go on google.com or trying to go on internet site, it's required IP address, mask, gateway, DNS entry, same. If this Palo Alto box is trying to go on outside, trying to download latest signature update from updates.paloaltonetworks.com, this box is also required IP address, mask, gateway, DNS entry. So in control plane, you need to attach your separate internet connection in control plane to download latest signature update. But maybe in your organization, you don't have multiple ISP connection. Maybe you have ISP connection on your data interface, right? Jatinder, Mustafa, maybe you have your ISP connection on data interface side.
Yes.
So you can change this behavior, everyone. No problem. I will show you. You can change this behavior. For example, I want to download latest signature update from with this data interface. So yes, you can do this. No problem. You can change this behavior. I will tell you. Now, what about data interface? Data interface is used for through traffic. For example, your LAN interface is a data interface, your DMZ is a data interface, your outside is a data interface. Now, Palo Alto operating system is known as PAN-OS, like Fortinet, FortiOS, Checkpoint, Gaia operating system, Cisco iOS. So here in Palo Alto operating system is known as PAN-OS, and it's a Linux-based operating system. Palo Alto is an object-oriented firewall. Not only Palo Alto, Fortinet, ASA, FTD, Checkpoint, Cisco, Palo Alto, these are what? These are the zone-based firewall. No, sorry. I'm mistaken. I'm talking about object-oriented first. So your Cisco ASA, Fortinet, Palo Alto, Checkpoint, FTD, these are what? These are the object-oriented firewall. These are object. What is object? So into these firewall box, we can create object here, and these objects we can use in our configuration. What is the object? How to create? I will tell you in configuration. But remember always, ASA, Fortinet, Palo Alto, Checkpoint, FTD, these are what? These are object-oriented firewall. Now, Palo Alto is a zone-based firewall box. So Palo Alto, Checkpoint, and Cisco FTD. They are what? They are zone-based firewall. So I told you guys, remember, if you want to allow traffic from one zone, for example, if you want to allow traffic from LAN zone to WAN zone, so you need to configure security policy. So in zone-based firewall box, if you want to allow traffic from one zone to another zone, you need to configure a security policy. Everything you need to configure manually. My point is what? For example, if you are working with Cisco ASA, so Cisco ASA is not a zone-based firewall box. In Cisco ASA, it's work with a concept is called security level. Security level. And here what we have a concept? Traffic is by default allowed from higher security level to lower security level. No need to configure any policy. It's a by default allowed from higher security level to lower security level on Cisco ASA firewall. But on Palo Alto, no. Everything is denied. If you want to allow anything, if you want to allow traffic from LAN to WAN, WAN to LAN, WAN to DMZ, you need to configure policy manually. Jatinder, Mustafa, we clear?
Okay.
Okay, so now interfaces should be configured to the respective zone. So yes, we can create multiple zone like LAN zone, WAN zone, and we can put our interface to their respective zone. Okay, by default, any services like ping, SSH, and HTTPS are not enabled on data interfaces. So this is your data interface. This is your data interface. DMG is a data interface. So by default, nothing is allowed. Everything is denied onto this interface. For example, if you connect your PC, okay, here is the IP address. If you are using same series of IP address here, and if you're trying to ping your directly connected gateway, you cannot ping, because by default, everything, every service is denied onto this interface. It's the same, like Mustafa, remember your 48 classes? You need
Yes.
to attach your services, right? Remember interface configuration on 48?
Yes.
You need
Allow
to
access.
attach your services, right? Same. So here data on data interfaces, nothing is allowed. Okay, what about management port? What about management port? So on management port, by default, onto this port, by default, ping, SSH, and HTTPS. These services are enabled by default. So from this management PC, you can ping. If you want to access this firewall box, so you can manage through SSH for CLI. For graphical, you can use HTTP services. So by default, it's enabled on management port. Security policies should be configured to communicate between multiple zones. So if you want to allow traffic from one zone to another zone, so you need to configure security policy. And remember always, traffic is always unidirectional from source to destination. So if you want to allow traffic from LAN to WAN, you need to configure separate policy. And if you want to allow traffic from WAN to LAN, you need to configure separate policy. So traffic is always unidirectional. In case if you have policy-based forwarding, so here we have a concept is called what? Policy-based routing, you can say, or policy-based forwarding. So if there is any entry in policy-based forwarding, this can be done which overrides security policy. So what is policy-based forwarding? I will tell you in the configuration. But the point is what? If any configuration is available, if any entry available in policy-based forwarding, so it's not going to check your security policy rule. It will check policy-based forwarding and can allow the traffic. It's not going to check any traffic information in security policy. What is policy-based forwarding? I will tell you. Give me some time. Okay, so now we need to talk about packet flow. Guys, let's discuss this packet flow tomorrow, everyone. Okay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's discuss this packet flow tomorrow, and tomorrow we can do our session at 9 a.m. Is it good?
Yeah, it's fine.
9 a.m. IST time.
Okay.
Veer, Jatinder.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sharing this today's session video in evening because I have another batch right now. So I will share in afternoon, no problem. Please share your email ID everyone in group, and we can set up our lab. See, this Saturday and Sunday, today and tomorrow, we will discuss only the topic, and I will set up the lab. I can help you guys to set up the lab on 18. I'm not available, but yes, I'm available on 19. So we can set up our lab on 19. Okay, everyone. So today and tomorrow, we will focus on topic. Jatinder, Veer, Mustafa.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye, everyone. Take care, guys.
But I have a question actually. I mean, do you have any video in which you have explained the lab configuration kind of thing,
Yes,
so that
yes.
we can,
I can share, Jatinder. No problem.
yeah, please send it.
And
I can share another batch lab setup video. No problem.
Sure. We'll
Oh.
try our own self. If we stuck somewhere, then we'll get back to you.
Sure. Okay. Bye, everyone. Take care, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Take care. Bye.